Hey guys, Hal Jackie here, coming at you with another SimCity 4 video. I know it's been a little while since I've made one, but I've got a new city that I've been working on. Actually, a new whole extension of a region that I've been tinkering with to showcase. So glad you're able to come along for the ride as I develop another city. It's going to be this one right here. As you can see, my region has swelled to 54 million people now. Still lots of region to build to get it a bit higher in population, but you can see I got some airports and stuff here. Cities being built on the grid system. You can see here kind of some grids and stuff that are being built just in the transportation menu. Just working my way up north. As you can see, I've laid out a lot of roads, railways, high-speed rail or bullet trains, and then, yeah, kind of like a new airport area here. Some basic interchanges, some complex interchanges, everything to kind of move my way up into the larger region. So basically putting in placeholders now for a massive expansion of the region whenever I get a chance. And yeah, I've got the next city tile to build. You can see that there's a lot to build. Do a quick little overview of the region again, just for some context, I guess. Like, this is kind of like the oldest part of the region. Then some of the newer developed areas. The newest is to the north, but I've also got some new stuff to the south. Get that out of the way for you here, but yeah, some progress has kind of been made here to the south as well. It's kind of hard to see with all the forest cover, but yeah, some lot lines and things still building. Only one freeway connection to the south fully, but this one is working its way over to the south and southeast. So that's pretty cool. Some transit line expansions as well. Got a bullet train. It's hard to see, but I got a bullet train line now kind of running this way. It's made its way all the way to the port, I believe now, or I think I got it through there, but I still got to figure out a routing to get it through all this stuff. I want to build a rail line, maybe in the mountains or something. This is a challenging spot. The bridge actually I have a bridge over to try and connect it all, so very challenging terrain, but this video is just going to be a continuation of the 50 million Sims population video. I built this city in the 50 million video. That was Odin. I'll go back to city view so you can see that I've got the neighbor to the north, which is Grissom. And then there's some more development over the side for Digman. I don't know where I'm getting a lot of these city names, but yeah, they're all kind of being built. Let's just put city names on for you so you can kind of see the names. I can change them all. When I'm making 660 tiles, I think that's the size of this region, I kind of get a bit of a brain fart for some of these city names, so I can always rename them, right? There's a cheat code to do it in-game where you can obliterate the city as long as there's nothing in there. I got a basic airport up here, kind of a pinwheel style versus the straight ones that I've got further down. Like this one is kind of an east-west. This one's kind of north-south, so they're just the next big major airport to the north. And just kind of working my way up. This city that I'll be showing, I'll start the load right now, has a major transit connection on the west side of town. And just while this loads, I know it's undeveloped, it'll still take a little bit of time. I wanted to show you another project I've been working on called the SimCity 4 lore threads. So that's over on the Metropolis website. Been kind of picking my brain to try and figure out all these pieces of SimCity 4 lore that have come throughout the year. So I'll paste a link in the chat, but you can kind of see all of the ideas that I've jotted down. I've consulted a lot of members, and people have given me input as well to add and expand all these different things. So, right, like advisor reactions when things go to shit, right? Like they freak out. They go, oh, like I think the police guy, the police advisor, whatever his name is the most animated, but some of them also get like just crazy. So you might learn a thing or two. This is not a dictionary or a glossary or an acronym lookup or anything. This is all just crazy lore and hardcore SimCity 4 nerd stuff. So Yeah, lots to read here. Some of it's from my own side, some of it's from the NAM team side, some of it's from just some crazy uh, pieces of lore that have been in our heads for so long, and I wanted to get into a place to jot it down before it's lost to time, right? Like I forget about it, or people come and go throughout the community, so you never know what's going to happen to people, and this way we have a repository for it all. So yeah, there's all kinds of shit here. Have a look. Some of it's a little spicy too, so if you like to learn about some of the more traumatizing times of the community, like that freeway. I don't know if you know much about the freeway experts rebellion in the NAM team, right? That's kind of jotted down there. That's one just comes to mind real quick. So yeah, it's there. I also wrote down some lore-worthy members. If you're not on here, that's okay. If you got more people to add, that's good. Just let me know. I can definitely do a call out. But as long as you get like a Centropolis username, just let me know. And then some honorable mentions for SimCity, like in the media, for some of the other SimCity games, City Skylines, just little callbacks to things that are kind of in all of the SimCity games or at large, like all the llamas and stuff, or Maxis Man, the Mario statue, stuff like that. That's all kind of in the honorable mentions section. So yeah, city's loaded. So let's have a look at the city of Grissom. So I've basically got it all zoned and on pause. I'll go through a bit of the overview of the town before I press the play button. There's still little bits of tinkering I'll need to do here and there, and obviously this is a best guess for infrastructure development and stuff, so obviously I'll need to do some tweaking and stuff, but you can see right here that I've begun. The city just loaded with a very cool looking grade separated light rail line, so I decided to make some light rail and stuff in the city. I've got subways and stuff too, right? You can see some stations that I still use. I still use the default subway and bus stops. I know people don't like it. They're like, how come you don't use road top mass transit? Well, it's a game. That's kind of how I learned to plop, and I just never learned how to change because it worked for me at the beginning when I first started playing. When was the first time you could put bus stops in and stuff? I think that was SimCity 2000. So that's kind of been the way it's been. So that's just what it does. So yeah. Anyways, this is kind of cool, right? Like I got like a little branch out here. This shows like some of the. Ooh, that's kind of going over the side here. When I zoom out, it's okay. But when I zoom in, that was kind of digging in. But yeah, that's the real expressway mod. So lets you do like some fun little exits and stuff. Kind of like a highway in a one-way road capacity. So gives you kind of that little connection thing. So a little station here, keeping the light rail line running. There's a kind of a hilly area here, but I keep it all kind of grade separated. Has it kind of go, instead of over, it goes under here. A little bit of a highway connection just at the edge of the little mountainous area, but it's just a little road. It doesn't really go anywhere. Here's a little bit of a zoom out before you can see anything. I got another one over there. Trying to break the grid in some areas too as best I can. I've got a diagonal railway running, so that kind of forces some grid busting techniques. This area here is a little bit more gritty, but I might be able to fix that up a little bit. Want to make sure that there's enough transit connections and stuff. But this is the west side of town. And this is it looks pretty interesting, right? But it's actually the least interesting part of town for sure. But this is like the edge of that mountain that you saw in the region view. Because as I move west, things become significantly more interesting. There's no water in this city or any kind of divider. The biggest thing I've got is this highway here. So just one highway through town. No major east-west interchange or anything. It's just a north-south highway. I'm just going to zoom in a bit so you can see I've got like a partial cloverleaf system here with a lot of zoning, right-of-way blocked off in case I ever need to expand, right? One day we might get, we have the ArchW 12S now. You can have 6 lanes each way. I've only got 5 here, actually 4 if you count there's an auxiliary lane for the 5th just between some interchanges. But there might be a RHW 10C coming out, and maybe the ultra-wide, so I could put like a median in the middle and add an extra lane each way, maybe an HOV lane or something one day. But yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Another partial cloverleaf here. This time it kind of goes over instead of under, and some crossings here. There's lots of light rail and heavy rail, You can see a little bullet train to the side. I'll get to that. Don't worry. I'm kind of saving the best of the last for this the town. You can see some automata or whatever you want to call it, working here. I just had it on play before I did some zoning, because once I started zoning, I kind of pause it all as best I can. Some basket weave bullshit going on here. I know I'm swearing a little bit, but it's kind of fun. It was kind of bullshit to build this, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't have like a lot of weaving and stuff between the interchanges, because there's some closely spaced junctions. So up here, right, there's some room between the two interchanges, but when you have two interchanges getting really close together, if you want that, you can use the basket weave to kind of make everything a little bit of spaghetti, so that you have connections that kind of branch out from one to another, rather than all kind of merge onto the main line and out. So that way the exit for this interchange over here actually starts before, this overpass here. That way this one can come down and have room to merge. So that way there's no weaving and stuff there. So we'll move down, a bit of a hybrid thing here. That just gives us a lot of organization on the side, so that we don't have to deal with all that, the cars merging in and out at the same time. And just another basic, this one's a single point urban interchange. The SPUI up here was a diverging diamond, just to kind of throw in some variety, so it's not all the same, right? We've got some partial cloverleafs up above. This one's kind of like a diamond hybrid thing. Got some grid breaking here, a little bit of construction. I think this was just going on when the simulator was starting. Some more one-way road ramp trickery to start the avenue here, just to do some connections. But now I'm going to move on to the cream of the city, cream of the cropper, I guess the most important part. So we just follow these transit lines and things here. We're on the west side of town now, so I'll zoom out just a little bit for now, because this area here is still not that interesting. It's kind of gritty, but it's still an important bedroom community. But as we get up, you start to see these transit lines and things branch. So this is where the fun begins. We've got another little local park and some junctions. Lots and lots of junctions. Holy shit, the junctions. Lots of elevated rail here, light rail, heavy rail, bullet trains, subways, connections between them all to try and transition them as best I can. All kinds of stuff going on. Some crazy road stuff too. More of these real expressway mod connections, some overpasses, underpasses, and this is the main station it all connects to. We've got, this is actually a Tokyo station that is a... Wow, it's already got 3% use? Uh-oh. This is going to be overloaded maybe once the city starts building. But it basically gives you it's a huge station that connects your subway lines, your elevated rail lines, and your bullet train lines all together in one massive station. To the side, I've got a full railway station, and to the other side, I've got a large bus terminal, so everything's kind of all connected here. People can connect everywhere. It's also my first use ever of the mid-block crosswalks that have been available in the NAM for a couple of versions, so I think I've got another one... I'll show it while it's on my mind over in one of these stations here, just to connect between the light rail line and the railway before it starts to curve diagonally. So yeah, I could build like a pedestrian overpass or something instead, but just having this here is good. And also, there's a long stretch here between lights, so cars should stop. They should stop. I don't know. We'll try it out. But yeah, this is the big transit connection here. It took a long time to build. I had no idea what I was doing. Just kind of kept going at it until I got this. And the road connections are also a little nuts. May have gone a little overkill with these turn lanes, but they all kind of connect with a couple of roundabout systems here. This one actually kind of goes under the roundabout. And then we head to the north where there's even more railway connections. A lot of junctions going here and there. So that way it connects to the railway network, the bullet train networks, the light rail networks, the subway networks. Built some underground parking connections too, because I'm imagining lots and lots of underground levels here, lower pedestrian levels like a shopping mall and stuff, all kind of under here. And then this kind of just starts heading out to the next side of town. And then just some more things start to branch out here, right? We've got more stations, more connections, more roundabouts and stuff. But yeah, that's the city in a nutshell. It's going to be more of a bedroom community to the city I made for the 50 million population video, but there's still some commercial and industrial areas, but most of it will be a bedroom community. They may not all have jobs when I start the simulator. I might have to load the other city for a bit or zone some more commercial. But yeah, you can see that's kind of the setup that I got for town. It took quite a while. I got turn lanes in most of the places and stuff, but you know, this just takes time. That's why it's been like, what, 6 months since I've made a video. So, you know, I've been working mostly on this city, other areas in the region. Real life obviously comes up, and there's been a lot of updates in the NAM team as well. So I've been working with them to get NAM 50 out the door. NAM 50 is going to be a huge revolutionary change as the it starts using the DLL or DIL files to really throw another gear into the whole NAM ecosystem. So I can't talk too much about it based on what's already been shown, but yeah, it's going to be the biggest release of the NAM in quite a while, maybe since NAM, like, what, 37 or whatever, when it went to the Agile period. I plopped a few things here and there just to break up some of these grids. Some of these are a long way out, but yeah, just do a few more stats before I start the simulation. Do some data views. You can see, like, kind of mountainous there. It's starting to freeze already. I don't know why. Obviously, traffic's going to be really good for now. You can start to see if I put congestion for... Oh, is that just everything? Yeah, the sub and elevated train. You can see some of the networks here that I've got for subways and stuff. Ferry, monorail, not a whole lot really to show right now. Where's the railway? Passenger train. Yeah, you can kind of see, but not really the best stuff right now. Zones, as I said, this is a bedroom community, so it's going to be a lot of residents, probably a lot of population here. Land value shit because I haven't started the simulation. A lot of parks and things. I might have to do that a bit more. You can see all the zoning and stuff here, so yeah, not a lot of air pollution, hopefully no water pollution. I think I got just about everything in place for starting the city. I just want to make sure my taxes and shit are good. Yeah, I'm just all zero. I cheat. I know, whatever. I'm going to start the simulation now and take some screenshots, and we'll just watch it kind of grow together and see what kind of number we get to. I've got 32 people in this city right now. I have a small number in this city because I used it to get to that exact 49,999,999 number that I used to start that 50 million Sims population video. I needed a city that I could precisely control so that I could get to that specific number, because I didn't want to go over 50 million. I didn't want to go under. I wanted that specific number, and that's the city that I used for it. But yeah, anyways, I'm talking too much. Let's start the simulation. Okay, here we go. Obviously, even with a powerful computer, it's going to run like complete garbage for the next maybe the next minute or so, just because there's so much that it's got to do. No water. No water? Did I forget to build water? All right, I'm going to pause the simulation. I know I always forget something. It's like going on a vacation, right? You go on vacation, you pack everything, you double-check everything, and then you forget, you know, your razor or your toothbrush or something. Let's just build a quick water treatment plant somewhere. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll throw it maybe kind of here in the utility area where nobody really cares. Well, the beauty of these things is you don't have to do water pipes or anything. They just give you the whole city with proper protection. So, all right, those no water zots should go away in a minute or so. Just got to make sure that simulator's running. It's just going real slow, and I'll just pan around. It's working real hard right now to try and get all those connections done. If I bring up Task Manager, you can kind of see it's not. If I brought up my Task Manager, it would be like my computer's not even, you know, running at 20% what it would, because this game just runs at 4 gigs of RAM at the most, and that's with a patch, right? The 4 gigabyte patch usually only uses 2. So even if I have 32 gigs of DDR5 now, but my old computer I think was 12 DDR3, but this game will never use more than 4, right? All right, I'm gonna pause. I'm going to slow it down here because I like taking construction pictures. One of these will probably be the thumbnail of the video, just to see what's kind of being built here and there. Yeah, a lot of shops. We already got a drive-in. That's actually one of my lore entries, is like the drive-ins that get built right next to giant skyscrapers. When you zone dense commercial, you don't always get dense commercial. It just means it's possible. You can build that. It basically says you can build whatever you want. But it looks like that's kind of the first area of town that's being built right now. Going straight to cheetah speed's kind of crazy, but that's what I'm doing because I'm kind of crazy too. But all right, let's another drive in here. Let's go back up to cheetah. 62,000 people just like that. Yeah, a lot of people just kind of came in. 153,000. Holy shit! This might be the biggest, the fastest growth I've ever seen. That's insanity. That's cool. 182. Okay, we're slowing down after a little bit, but I'm just gonna slow it down now for some more screenshots. Lots and lots of drive-ins. Always see those first. They don't last very long, though. That's for sure. As things get more in demand. And you can kind of see some of the errors that I've made, right? So, for example, this isn't going to grow because there's a subway station in the way, so I just kind of have to do a little bit of tweaking here and there. I make some misses, and it won't show me until those zots come up. Just like the water. Oh, crap! I got a present already. Or brown box. 33 Commercial Road. What are your dependencies? Some of these mods have like, 20,000 dependencies, and then dependencies of dependencies, and those dependencies need dependencies. It's just never-ending thing, but I'll get that fixed up. Hopefully there's not too many of those. 296,000 Sims are in town already. And they've got a lot of infrastructure to use, so that's pretty neat. Getting some more growth here. You can see that some of the stuff I've plopped, right? It's all going to start melding together with the stuff that will grow, just like a farm, right? I don't grow corn in this town. I grow skyscrapers. The crop looks pretty good so far. Hopefully the harvest. I don't really do a harvest. A harvest would be like putting disaster mode on, having fires everywhere. Oh, looks like I got a little error here. What's wrong with this? Why don't you like this? You just don't like that. That looks like it's all connected. And I'll fix that up again. Maybe redrag the road. Something. I don't know. Didn't like me. But yeah, some of the growth on like these diagonal areas are kind of weird. Right? What's this? I've downloaded some new buildings and stuff, so I guess I'm missing. We got a blank CO. That's great for my troubleshooting. So yeah, that's trying to figure that out. I don't know. I'll look into it. But yeah, lots of construction already at 595,000 people. This city's going to go whack. A lot of repetition. But there's a lot of demand in town. That's probably because the city to the south is full of jobs. A lot of demand. Everybody wants to live in Hell Jackie's cities, I guess. See what the max number is. Oh, yeah, we already got some traffic and stuff on the freeway. All heading north, because obviously I have to load the city to the south for it to be registered. And a crash. Really? Really? You're going to do that to me? That's stupid. I haven't had a crash in a while, but we'll load it up. It's pretty quick to load since it's already been kind of loaded into the RAM. So we'll start that again. I'll just go straight to starting the simulator. I still get crashes. Game's a lot more stable now, but there's just so much going on when I'm starting the simulation, and with me panning around the camera and zooming in, zooming out, checking all these stats, having the background recording and stuff running. All of that just adds so much to the game that it just sometimes decides to derp and die on me. So Hopefully we'll get the same kind of population growth as before. We got some fun little loading text descriptions as that happens. So yeah, you can kind of see what it used to look like, what kind of growth we'll get this time, because it'll never be the same. So yeah, that kind of sucked. I'll be a little bit more careful this time. Maybe I'll take a more zoomed out and approach. I'll zoom out a bit and lock the camera in a position for a few minutes, and then you can kind of see like more of like a time lapse growth thing. I know people do that on some of the YouTube videos and stuff. So yeah, still good to see SimCity 4 content being made, even with shitty Skylines 2 releasing. I know it's getting better. As games do over time, right? It didn't have the same disastrous launch as some like SimCity 2013. Oh my god, that was gross. But yeah, I'm just gonna put the simulator on max and just watch what happens here. It's obviously, oh yeah, I gotta put the water treatment plant in. All right, I gotta stop. Yeah, I already got no water. Okay, that's one thing I gotta do. Then I can leave the game alone. Where did I plop it? It was like around here, I think. Let's do, where was it? Do this one here. It's Black Hole Waterworks, if anybody's curious. Okay. And then we'll kind of go back. One more level of zoom out. Or actually, we'll leave it here. It might perform a little bit better, zoomed in a bit more. Okay, I'm just going to leave it alone, and you can watch a time lapse of construction. And I don't know if you want me to shut up or not, but I'll just keep talking. If you don't want me to talk, obviously you can just put the volume of the video down to 0. But yeah, kind of see construction happening. Some of the medians on the avenues are changing based on the wealth. That's kind of neat. Obviously, lots of flower pots and stuff happens when you have a lot of high wealth development, like the R triple simoleon signs or the CO triple simoleon signs, high-tech industry. That'll give you flowers. And then if you got some low wealth development, your streets will look a little ghetto, right? They have like kind of the crappy concrete medians, the wooden street light poles. It looks cheap, right? It looks a little run down. So I like those little pieces of I guess, would you call it, it's not world building, just city building, I guess. I don't know. Just little pieces just to make your city that stand out just that much. Like, I was working, I think, in a city that's very unstable. I turned off shadows for that. And then when I turned them back on in another city, just to see, like, the shadows of the trees, made me think of, like, Bob Ross, if anybody's watched The Joy of Painting and stuff. Like, happy little trees, and he's, like, dabbing them all everywhere. Like, just those little pieces of detail. Like, he'll make a tree and, like, paint that over with another tree and then have, like, a waterfall and paint that whole area again. But that little piece of that original tree that he built influenced, or at least is present in some spots in town, in his paintings, not in town. But kind of the same here, right? Like, I do all that work to build, like, these turn lanes and little parks and things. Like, they might get swallowed up by all the development that's in front of it, but, you know, that came from my initial ideas, what I thought was being put in there. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm getting at. I'm just saying, be creative in the town, and if things don't work out the way they do, you know, it's organic, it's unique, and I think that's pretty damn neat. Look at that train doing some weird shit. Yeah, we got lots of train automata, a lot of traffic, again, all heading northbound. Looks like a lot of it's actually going to the station now. So, game's run a good amount of time, I'm assuming. We'll maybe leave it for another minute as you can watch this construction time lapse. But it looks like most of the development in this area is kind of stalling now. It'll obviously fill in as land values and demand and stuff change, but yeah, it's fun to see all the little trains zip around. You know, the fruits of my labor are being paid off, rewarded, investment. I don't know, returned, right? Return on investment, because, you know, it took a lot of work to figure out all these tram lines and connections and all that stuff. But yeah, okay, we're gonna check. I'm gonna slow it down. I'm going to save. Saving doesn't take too long, but let's see. 792,000 people! Holy crap, that's a lot of... Why is my health all shit? Do I not have enough hospitals? I do have hospitals. Sometimes I got like a little phantom slider bug or something. Let's see. Pump it up. Yeah, I got health. What's wrong with the... Why are people not healthy? Why are there no school buses or ambulances? I don't know, but I'll build another hospital to see if that helps people out. Let's build a big one. I got like a mammoth hospital here somewhere. Yeah, this big boy. Let's put this big boy right there. That should help out. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of move to a relatively unisolated section. Keep the thing on pause, and I'll do a quick save. You can see this train's about to head down to the subway. We got a horse. Got to watch out for the horses. Okay, that was a really quick save. I like that on my new machine. So, yeah, we'll do some panning around now that we've got a bit of a stable city now. But yeah, not a lot of traffic heading south. Everybody's heading north. Let's have a look now. 837,000 Sims. I got a cash flow problem right now, but it's all incentives to get people to come into town. As my reserve starts to deplete, I'll obviously adjust things as needed. But yeah, let's have a look at the opinion polls. Yeah, that's fixing my health. I don't know what was going on there. I do have hospitals in town. Be sure to plop those. Why is it stopping? Don't tell me it just kind of died again. It's dying on me again. Putting the simulator on max. Blah! Okay, well I just saved it. Okay, third time's a charm, right? Third time's a charm. Sorry about my crappy desktop. I'll get rid of that. But yeah, it's a little cluttered. But yeah, it's recording in August. It's the summertime for us folks in the northern hemisphere, so hopefully everybody's having a good summer. I've had a couple of weeks off here and there, so heading all over the place, and also here at home working on SimCity. I get it in phases, right? Like I'll play the game a lot, and then I'll kind of leave it alone for a bit, interact with the community, make a video. But yeah, I'm really glad I saved at the time that I did, because it crashed not long after. But that's because I moved the camera and everything. Look at how it's really filling in. It looks way different than it did before. So obviously the people like it. So yeah, I will load it one more time. If it crashes a third time, maybe I'll load the city to the south instead, just to make sure that traffic and everything there starts to learn that it's got a neighbor to the north now. A next door neighbor, a Ned Flanders kind of thing. Do you guys have good neighbors? You got some creepy neighbors? I got one neighbor that gets really mad when I mow the lawn. I gotta mow the lawn. Do you want long grass? Obviously a little bit is gonna go in your driveway, but anyways, everybody's got some weird neighbors. We're all weird in our own way, but yeah, anyways, I've started the simulator again. Let's have a look at the stations, maybe do some queries and stuff. I can check the traffic map, but yeah, all right, 37%, not quite there yet. But again, I haven't loaded any cities nearby, so that still has to come in. Obviously, there's still zones and things around for growth. I got a lot of stations parallel to it too. Yeah, this one's starting to get up there in usage as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. This bus stop it's only got a capacity of 1,000. I guess it's more for looks than anything, because that's my biggest. This little bus stop here has a capacity of 17,000. And then the giant bus terminal right next to it has a capacity of 1,000. It's stupid, but that's great. Yeah, already at 1 million. 1.3 million. Nuts! Looks like the health is all fixed too. That gauge is reading full, so that's cool. Let's have a look at some of the data views. What's a good one? Maybe some desirability. People are liking town. They like it. Unless you're industrial. You hate this if you're industrial, at least agricultural, but yeah. Yeah, looking good. Traffic. Yeah, to the south it's going to get a little congested for sure, but let's look at the volume. Obviously the freeway is going to be taking a lot. Looks like we got a lot of use. Actually here where there's no interchange. That's interesting. Looks like they're all heading to the railway station. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, it looks like I'm still, based on about 1.5 million people, the city's holding its own. At least for road traffic, pedestrians. Yeah, the car traffic, bus. There's a big subway network, so obviously it's going to be using a lot of that and the elevated, the train networks, the trams and stuff. Yeah, this little station here can do 55,000. That giant bus terminal. That's pretty hilarious, actually. Let's see. Probably not a lot of truck traffic. Freight train, passenger train starting to work up a bit. Obviously, no ferry. Monorail is just your bullet train. Just got one line heading north. Heads into the big station. Land value is probably getting a little bit higher now. Some areas. Why is this all red here? It just doesn't like the cheap shops or whatever. And I got all these crazy data views too. Like, look at all this. These are like stats for nerds on fire. Like, it tells me not just like the demand and populations in my city, but regions as well. So I got like, you can see I got like 17 million commercial office jobs in my region with a capacity or whatever. It just, I don't know. It's a lot of shit. It's cool. Oh, got some traffic. Got some traffic problems here. So take the train. One more lane, bro. One more track, bro. Yeah, looks like it's being used pretty well, too. So that's cool. Maybe take some screenshots. I'll slow down. I don't want to crash. But if I stay on this low zoom level, I should be okay. I can even zoom in a bit more, obviously. But yeah, let's keep it going. Let's get to 2 million. That's my goal before this video ends. Maybe I'll do a save if I can hit 2 million people. Seems achievable. There's still lots of residential areas here to build, but yeah, it's just kind of getting stuck. Move! There's just so much to process. Yeah, a lot of traffic. Let's just kind of follow this. Might have to widen this to an avenue, because the one more lane bro kind of stops there. I'm like, start taking the subway. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought I was going to die for a second. Yeah, the time isn't moving very fast right now, just because I'm panning the camera so much. But yeah, these are cool subway stations, or elevated rail stations. You can kind of see the train as it comes in and out. But yeah, it's not moving. I'm on cheetah speed. Not llama speed. That's another llama little piece of lore. Yeah, you can see the trains. But if I'm looking at trains, let's go to the big station. This guy's like jamming to the music and stuff. These guys are like doing like a dance routine or something. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Looks like I've got traffic both ways on the freeway, at least here, and congestion on the elevated rail network. We head into town. Whee! That's a long train, especially for elevated rail. And then this huge junction. As we come into the, it's kind of weird. We got trees sticking out there. Come into the station. Oh yeah, all this complexity. You don't really get a feel for all the crazy road and rail stuff that you do until you start zooming in and looking at it all, because there's a lot going on. I even got like a slip lane here, and if you want to connect to this avenue, you gotta go here and park on this street. Another little exit. Now you can hook on to it, right? There's a lot going on. 1.8 million now. And here's the nice, here, I'll get rid of that. The main drag for the station front. just have a road to the side. There's that mid-block crosswalk just between the two stations. Are they actually stopping on a red light? It looks like they are, or at least slowing down. But if it turns green, are we going to get normal flow of traffic? Oh, it looks like it's off now, at least for the avenue. I guess off means okay. I don't know, but it's cool to see them kind of like go over. It's like a speed hump or whatever. Yeah, neat. You can see this taxi kind of slow down, go over and down, like a little bit of a speed hump. Choo-choo! 1.9 million. All right, I'm going to give it a quick save while I'm in this area that isn't super busy. We got a llama. We got a llama. Llamas everywhere. And I might be able to see a little bit of a glitch. Oh, don't tell me it stopped. The music's repeating like it's a broken record. At least it's saved. Wow. Okay, well, if you're looking for game stability, don't look at my videos because I push this game past where it can possibly perform. I'm terrible with this game in terms of go away. Blah blah blah. I'm really bad with. I push the mod, like the NAM. I push the game. I push everything like far beyond anything it was designed for. Because this is a 2003 game running on a Pentium 4. The giant CRT monitor and the Sound Blaster speakers. Maybe not that old, but yeah, I'll load the city to the south a little bit. One other problem I got with this, since I installed my new computer, is every time I want to exit to my region from a city, the game crashes. So in order for me to like save a city and exit to region, I have to quit SimCity 4 or just let the game crash because it will never go back to region view. But again, I've got a region of 54 million. Well, with that extra population now, I didn't even look down there. Was I at 56 million? Either upper 55 or 56 million now. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and the region's way bigger than it should be for the game, right? The game's default region was like what, 16 tiles? And a lot of those were smaller, medium tiles. I think you only had like 4 large tiles. This region's got 660 large tiles. Like, just exponentially larger. It's incredible that, we can do that and the game's still relevant. But these giant-ass cities with so many moving parts and custom mods. Like, I've got gigs of mods. Just going to go real fast here. See what the population does. It's just insanity. I just want to see what these graphs do. Now that I got a neighbor to the north. Let's go traffic volume, maybe. Yeah, everything starts to fall apart a little bit here, but it'll recover very soon. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to look at this city too much. I just kind of want to see where we're at. Yeah, it's kind of recovered. A little bit higher now for all the stats. Things are going to get busier. Probably my traffic thing is going to go down. Actually, it's kind of going up a little bit. That's kind of neat. So I'm just going to let the simulator run for a few months here. I'll pan around a little bit, but I don't want this city to crash because this is another huge-ass town, as you saw in the 50 million population video. But I can kind of go to a spot, maybe. Let's go to, like... This is X headquarters. X. I still like Twitter. What a terrible name. X. But I think it's kind of run enough now, so yeah, I'm making a healthy profit here in town. I'll show you the traffic map. Yeah, a little crazier. Lots of traffic coming from from town now. Oh, I don't want it to die. Okay, looks like we got a lot of traffic coming from the south now. So yeah, that's really cool. Okay, so I'm just kind of go to the water here. Put the simulation on pause and save. And that way, I've got a neighbor that the new city will recognize. So now when I load the city again, I'll do it one more time before this video ends. I got that going on. Is it gonna crash on me again? Okay, maybe it's because I'm recording. This is ridiculous, but at least I got it to work. My God. Thanks for coming. At least everything loads fast now, right? With my new machine, so we got that going on for us, which is pretty nice, and we can look at the lore thread. So, yeah, maybe your name's on here if you're one of these members. If you're not and you've done something that you think is lore worthy, send me a message. I can add you. Reply to the thread. Do whatever you think you gotta do. But yeah, have a look at it. It's a fun read. It's a little long, but it's just, I think I'm pretty much done with it. It took a few weeks to make. Yeah, there was a podcast, the SC4D podcast. That kind of died out. We got the interchange guide that I made. That was all crap now. Is this loaded yet? Come on. We'll wait for the program to respond this time. Come on. Am I just loading it too much? I don't know. It just doesn't like me sometimes. Prop pucks. Yeah, that was another one. I'm so glad that's fixed. At least we got the SimCity 4 logo coming up there. Plugin sharing. Yeah, people were so crazy about that. I'm really glad we made some progress there. That took years. That took years to fix. Yeah, if I pull up the task manager. Yeah, it says it's not responding. Come on, you can load. I don't know. But yeah, you can see it's like using next to nothing. Okay, it looks like it's loading up now. But yeah, lots of fun stuff to learn. I got all the different NAM releases here too. The NAM team helped me out with a lot of that history. Like what happened, like lore-worthy NAMs, right? Like NAM 20 was a big release. NAM 36, people still use that. It's just they just refuse. They like the big monolithic installer and everything. I get what they're coming from. But yeah, let's load this boy up now. Yeah, 55,990,055. So another 9,945 people, and the region will crack 56 mil. So that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, we're getting to the size of, a European country, right? Like I think France, the UK, they have populations around that. Maybe they'll eventually reach, that of Germany. And then if you get closer to like the 100 mil mark, right, you might hit Egypt. I think Egypt recently hit 100 million. Yeah, you're starting to get into the big, full nation states. How come I got no sound here? I don't know. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I think the game's kind of. Oh, okay. It didn't even give me a region load preview. That's okay. My computer's behaving really weird now. But yeah, let's have a look at the south now. Let's pull up the traffic map. Data views, traffic. Yeah, it's getting a little nuts now. I want to see the graphs though. Give me graphs. Oh yeah, look at it. Look at it just pick up. I mean, it's been picking up like crazy because there was nothing in town 5 years ago. So this is the change from having that neighbor connection exist is not going to be as crazy because obviously the city's growing. 2.2 million now. So let's see how high we can go before the next crash, and maybe I'll end the video there. What time are we looking at for our recording here? 48 minutes or so. Yeah, I like to keep these at around, an hour tops. But yeah, it looks like we got a lot of congestion coming up. A lot of construction, which means more congestion. But yeah, a lot of subway use, which makes sense. That's in a dense city, you don't want to drive, right? Like, I think Futurama was a good analogy. It's like, did you drive in old New York? And he's like, nobody drove. There was too much traffic, which obviously doesn't make any sense, right? If nobody drove, then there'd be no traffic, but it just tells you how much traffic there was, and just not everyone could drive a car, right? The roads would just be gridlocked 24/7. So that's why they got all those subway lines, and you can even take a little cable car into Manhattan. Next time I go to New York, with the whole Trump tariff thing, I don't know about that, but maybe sometime I should check out that cable car. I think it's probably a stupid tourist trap, right? But probably a neat way. Maybe even do it in the evening, like at golden hour or twilight. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm sure it's a big big tourist trap thing. But yeah, let's get rid of these graphs now. But you can see everything's just climbing. But it's good to see that even though we got lots of traffic congestion, everything's loading up. 2.5 million people. Holy shit. My largest city, I think, is 3.5 million. That's been properly built, right? Obviously, you can spam residential structures everywhere and make your city look like shit and get much higher numbers. But like my biggest properly made city is around 3.5 million. Now, this city might beat that. They might clip out at around 3 maybe. Just have a look here to see what kind of development we got. So lots of residential areas left to build, but we got another little brown box here. What's wrong with you? The Marble Arch Tower. All right, I'll have to see what's causing that one to derp out on me. Let's blow that up so we can get a neighbor. Can I hit 3 million before the end of this video? That'd be nuts. I don't think I've never. I can't even. I can't even. But yeah, obviously there's not a lot blocking this town. There's no major river. There's only a little bit of hilly area, right? Like this city's almost fully ripe and ready to go. So yeah, let's have a look at some of those stats. And obviously it's starting to creep up in terms of funding. There's still a big incentive for people to come and live in town. There's a lot of infrastructure to support all these folks. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. A lot of colony blocks. This is a way to get a lot of population in town. As they get educated, right, from all the schools and stuff, they'll want to upgrade. And when you upgrade these, they actually go down in population because people want more space. They want to move into a nicer condo. And obviously, they started a little freeway here. It's getting some congestion. But yeah, iGrade separated everything to just ensure that it all works. How come there's nobody using this? They all use it from here. Why aren't you using it from here? Is it all pathed? I thought I did it all properly. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna do a little cheat here. Draw paths. I don't know. It kind of just stops there. I might have to report this to the NAM team as a bug. I'll have a look, because I know these transitions are a little different, but yeah, that's kind of disappointing. That'll be something that'll, if it turns out to be a real bug, that'll be something that will hopefully be fixed in time for NAM 50. So to get rid of you need the extra cheats DLL for the draw paths, but you can type in hide paths, and it goes away. And while I'm doing that, the cheat thing was open. I'll maybe do some 3D camera stuff. I'm just going to give the game another quick save. Watch it crash on me. To help minimize the act of crashing, I'm going to go over to a blank tile here. Be real quiet. And just hope that I can hit OK and everything will be okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't do this to me. It's not even going to let me save? It did work. I was giving up. Oh, and I can come back. Oh, it threw me a curveball there. I'm sure you were too if you were watching this. I'm sure you were at the cusp. You're like, oh my God, Hell Jacket, how the hell do you play this game with all the crashes? I'd be going crazy. What are you trying to do? I'm not advertising this game. I don't work for Maxis or EA. I just play the game. I like it. Right? You're watching this. You obviously like the game, or watching me play it, or a combination of both, or maybe you hate me. Maybe you want to see me fail. As long as you're entertained, I don't really do this for subscriptions or money or anything. I put this out because I feel like it. This isn't my day job. I think I got a super chat or whatever it's called now, the thank you thing, but I'm not looking for money. If you want to give me money, I won't, but I just play the game because it's fun. It's a side thing. This isn't a job. But yeah, we got lots of growth here. 2.7 million. Let's get to 3. That'd be nuts. Look at the traffic congestion now. Holy, yeah, this is a busy ass town. So I don't know how much further we can grow with that kind of congestion. I run the NAM simulator on low. It is not intended for a city of this this kind of density. So it's a real challenge, and I like the challenge. And I'll do some retrofitting and stuff where I can. But yeah, the freeway is maxed. I might have to make this 10S or whatever. At least going into town now. As I said, the city to the south is the big bedroom community. So, sorry, this is the big bedroom. Ah! Okay, I'm just gonna load this up while I was finishing my train of thought. The city to the south is the big employer. The city to the south is the big employer. The city to the north is the big bedroom community. So that's why I got a lot of traffic heading south. Whereas when I first started that city, it was heading north because the employment and the transit connections, everything were to the north. So things have kind of shifted a lot. Hey, at least the game's loading real fast now. The last time it took a long time to load up, so we'll let it run just a little bit more. I said one more crash and we were done, but I want to see that. Oh, that happens sometimes too when it has an improper state. This better load. This city better load. It should be fine. But sometimes when you're saving the game, a lot of shit going on, and you're clicking around. Other things are going on. I think I got the task manager open too. That kind of screws up things too. So let's get rid of the task manager. OBS is working. I'm gonna wait for the program to respond and just see if it works. But basically, if you're clicking on like another monitor or another screen, if you're running this game windowed, it doesn't like it when it saves. It gives you either a weird transportation view or a blank tile, as you see here. But it should load. I'm crossing my fingers. The game loaded real fast. Let's hope that the city loads. I didn't even get a city loading preview the last time I did it. That's weird. But just give it a minute. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, we're back in business. Okay, 2.6 million. Let's get to 3. A lot of crashes. Doing a lot of shit though. The game's not designed for this. But anyone from Maxis or EA, I guess Maxis is dead. Anyone from EA or in the business or whatever can send like a letter or just be like, can you give us the source code? Well, we'll increase sales of the game. If you let the community work with the game, if like more with the source code, we can make it compatible for. Why do you not have any rogue connections? Like, the hell? I don't know. We'll let you. If you give us the source code, like they did for a lot of the Command & Conquer games and stuff recently, a lot of people will buy the game. And it's so cheap now. Like sometimes it's on for $5 US on a lot of the sites. It would be so cool. Because then you could use all the RAM and processing power of modern computers. You wouldn't have all that crashing. It'd be a lot more stable. The game's gotten a lot more stable too. 2.9 million people! Holy, what the heck? I've never had a city go from... What was it, 30? It wasn't quite 0. It was 32 Sims or whatever. 32 to 3 million in the span of under an hour, even with crashes and stuff. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sure you're watching this, you're thinking that's crazy too. And that's because it is. I want to see it. It can definitely be done. 2.9, come on, 2.93. 2.93, let's get there. Let's get there. Come on. I know we're just all staring at a number and not looking at the city, but I got, the city running full throttle in the background with, cheetah speed and almost 3 million Sims going about their business. We can do it. We can do it. Coming up on the big number. Holy! Wow! 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 I've seen it all. I shouldn't say I've seen it all in this game, but I've been playing this game a long time. I've just never. No. That's a first. That's flipping cool. So if I go back to this empty parcel in, I know we're just all looking at a number where if I go all the way up here in the middle of nowhere and just let the simulation run for a minute, I wonder where it will top out at. Some areas may need some influence to grow, right? I might have to pop a park and fix some pollution or traffic congestion and stuff, but yeah, 3.1. Can I get to 3.5? I doubt it. Because I don't want to bore people just looking at a screen here. But if you got this far in the video, I think you're interested in just a little number like me. Just that little number. This is crazy. This is crazy. Come on, come on. It's stalling. There's just so much for it to calculate. As the city gets more and more developed, more and more things to path and route, time slows down even on cheetah speed. So, yeah, let's just see what it does. It's starting to move a little bit. Let's see one more update, 3.2. Okay, this is boring, but it's still cool. Let's have a look at the closest zoom level. As I pan the camera and stuff, it's got to load stuff. It's not going to look the same. But yeah, little freeway here. This is another little thing. Sometimes the grass stands out, and if I zoom out, zoom back in, or if I save it, rotate the camera. Oh yeah, 3D camera mod. Let's do some of that before I end the video here. If it crashes again, I'm done. I'm sure I can hit this number again. Camera pitch 20. How come that didn't work? Is that just like the default camera? Yeah. Oh, maybe I gotta put wait, AW. Maybe oh, crash! Let's do 20 as well. Oh yeah, that changed it. Neat. All right, I guess I gotta put a space. Camera pitch 20. Woo! Yeah, you can see it's a little hilly. We got a crashed bus over there. I don't want to zoom out. I don't want it to crash again. So looking at your city in this view is kind of weird. Maybe we'll try 30 and 30. So camera pitch. I gotta spell it right. P-I-T-C-H 30. Sometimes I just gotta zoom in and out. It doesn't like me here very much. Camera yaw. Yaw. It's just a cool word to say. Camera yaw 30. I broke it. I broke the game. But it's still working in a broken state. You can just see all the little traffic running everywhere. Kind of reminds me of my little 3D camera mod video. That's cool though. You can see all the shadows and stuff. Let's go to like... Okay, this area looks like it's loading okay. A lot of the same crop here, farming, a lot of repetition. Oh yeah, it's slowing down. It's gonna crash on me. It's gonna crash. Alright, here we go. I guess at this zoom level it's a bit more behaved. Camera pitch. Let's do 10. And camera yaw. Let's do 84. Look at this. I mean, this game was never made. I mean, it was made as a 3D engine, right? Oh, it looks like I do have trains using it here now. Huh. Is it actually... I mean, it says none, but I do see Automata at least using it to the bridge. Like how messed up and blurry. All right, it's gonna. Let's go over to the station. Maybe we can see more there. Yeah, here's all the railway lines. Whee! We got no cars out there. I'll look at that when I'm at regular camera angle. But like the station looks cool. 3.2 million. Here's the station. Okay, let's try. Let's go over a bit for the pitch. Let's pitch it to. Looks like it finally died. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that. Getting the 3 million was a first, and just a quick, short period of time. Fun little video. Well, I guess it's a little long now. Hope everyone enjoyed. I did. I had a lot of fun, even with all the crashes and hair pulling. That was a lot of fun. I'll see you back again for another one sometime, maybe soon, maybe not. I don't know. But either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you back next time. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.